Okay, so we're going to start with a horizontal line. And I'm just going to turn the ortho mode on. And I want this line to go 46. Zoom out a little bit, go up a distance of 10. Back this way 46. And close it. I'll create a circle that has a radius of 5 on the front. So circle, center radius. From this end point, radius is 5. Trim. And trim off your circle and these two lines. Let's join this together. So I'll use the join command. Select these and highlight them. Make sure that you got five objects converted to one polyline. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I will create the rectangle that's going up this direction. So I'll start with the rectangle. Click this endpoint, and I need to go up a distance of 52. And I need to go to the left a distance of 9. So I'll go up and aim it up this direction, and I'll type in -9, comma 52. Let's create an offset from this line up at a distance of 40. So I have to use a construction line. Offset 40. Select your top line and click above it. Let's create a polyline from this intersection to this endpoint to this endpoint, and then I'll close it. I'll delete this line. Create a circle that has a radius. And the radius of this circle will be 16. I'll create another circle with a diameter of 12 on the inside of this circle. Let's take a look at this in an isometric view. And then we can start extruding things. So let's go to Extrude. Select this object. I'm going to go down a distance of 74. I'll extrude my wedge here down a distance of 10. And finally, I will extrude this piece down a distance of 32. Let's extrude these two circles down a distance of 14. Okay, let's stand these up and just rotate them to the right orientation. So I'll switch out of 2D wireframe and use the regular wireframe. I'll switch to rotate gizmo. Then I'm going to select these three shapes, as well as my two cylinders, and I'll stand them up on the red axis. Let's move our wedge, and I'm going to choose this midpoint and put it at this midpoint. Next, I want to move this shape, so I'm going to move it from this front midpoint over to the midpoint of my front line here. I'll union these together. choose Union and choose all three of these pieces. Next, I'm going to rotate this around. So I'll select both of my cylinders and choose the blue axis. Let's move these these two cylinders from this center to the back center of this one, or midpoint. I'll choose Union. I'm going to select these three pieces and only my big cylinder. Next, I'll use the subtract. Select this object, and then I want to subtract out the cylinder on the inside. Let's do some fillets. So I'll choose fillet edge, radius 12, and I'll put a fillet on these two corners. Next, let's use the cylinder command. I'm going to highlight this base just by hovering on it, and once I get close to the arc and I see the center, I will select it, choose diameter, type in 12. And then I'm going to drag it downward. Distance of 30 should be fine. Let's go ahead and copy that cylinder. And let's choose from this center to that center. Subtract. Select the shape I want to keep. Then I'll select these shapes that I want to subtract from my original shape. Let's go back to the fillet edge. Let's change the radius to 16. And I'll select this edge and then that edge. Let's choose fillet edge again. Radius will be 5. And let's select these back edges along here. The two edges along here. And then these two lines along here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this in an isometric, in the shades of gray. Let's go ahead and save this one as our bracket.